Ladies and gentlemen, our next guest, you will soon be seeing on commercials, online, and on your television set for Yelp. He is a TV commercial superstar. He is also a prolific theater everything, writer, everything in the life he is. And he's my friend, and I love him, Kent Whipple.
You know, a funny thing is, I have hugged Armistead Maupin. You have, so we've had a four-way with Rock Hudson.
Woo, yeah!
First, let me thank you all for being here tonight. I know there's a lot you can do on a Wednesday night, and so give yourselves a hand.
Yeah.
Now, I first fell in love with Armistead Maupin in the summer of 1985. By then, he had written Tales of the City, Further Tales of the City, and More Tales of the City. And I read them in 2 weeks. It was a summer. I lived in Santa Fe. I was going to college there, and I had to go visit my folks who lived in Oklahoma City. And by then, Mouse, Mona, Mrs. Madrigal, they were all my friends. I knew them. They were in my head. Yeah. And so when I was driving to Oklahoma City from Santa Fe, which is about some of the flattest fucking land you will ever see, I just replayed that all in my head. And I kept thinking about Mouse's letter and how I hadn't come out. And I knew it was something I had to do. Now I know it's hard to tell from my fancy clothes and bon vivant attitude, but I come from poor white trash. And I don't know, is it politically correct to say that anymore? White, uneducated, poor people. Wait, okay. Yeah. And, well, let me put it this way. I have a grandma, Melba, and Melba has two girls, Lena Kay and Sherry Rochelle. Sherry Rochelle's my mama. And coming out in a southern white family, you don't have a family anymore. And so I knew politically and personally it was something I had to do. Up until then, you know, I knew gay. I was in junior high school when I really knew I was gay, and a teacher asked me, what do you want to do? What do you want to be? And I said, I want to be an actor. And he goes, oh, a thespian. I thought it was male lesbian. Yeah. So the thought of coming out to my family kind of filled me with dread. And I was trying to figure out how to do this without losing my family. And Mouse's letter kept ringing in my head. And by the time I got to the house, I was already in a mental frenzy. The morning I was a mess. The next morning after I arrived, my mom, she's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, I can't talk about it. You wouldn't understand. Very dramatic. Okay, now I have to digress here for a second because years ago, just a few years before in the same house, I was a little kid. I had a lightning bolt bleached in my hair when I had it. And my mother once said to me, hey, could you turn down that punk rock music? And I'm like, punk rock music? Mother, it's new wave. This is Blondie. You don't even try to understand me. And I slammed the door shut. And they didn't know. So the next evening, I've been playing Asteroids, listening to Eat to the Beat all day on my Walkman. And I finally got the courage. And I walked into the living room, and I thought, well, I'm gonna say goodbye to my family forever, but I'm gonna be me. And what did they say? You gotta be me. And so I came in and I was crying, and my mom was looking at me. She's like, what's wrong, honey? And I said, I'm gay. Let the chips fall where they may. Who says that? Bette Midler, Joan Crawford, or a villain in a Disney film. And she looks at me and she goes, oh, honey, I know. Anyway, I'm so upset with your sister. What? And now I know I'm not the butchest bulb in the box, but I'm not Liberace. kind of on the Paul Lynde side. If you haven't seen the Paul Lynde Halloween special, Google it. It's fabulous.
Oh boy.
So I said, you know, and the tears, I'm like, you know? And she goes, oh, honey, I've known for years. And I thought, how could you know this? And she says, sweetie, you're a theater major. You're a theater major wearing blue satin shorts. She says, you had a Mommy Dearest poster in your bedroom. You cried at the end of Mahogany. But then she goes, honey, I saw you kissing Rick McCutcheon your senior year in high school. And I thought we were so discreet. And she looked at me and she started getting kind of intense. And I'm like, okay, this is gonna be the drama. And she looks at me all serious. She goes, honey, it's not your fault. It's not my fault. I think we've started giving the cows too many hormones. This thing has gone up. I swear to God, my mother actually thinks I'm gay because the American Dairy Association. Dairy Queen? But the whole time I had Mouse's letter in my head, and I'm like, this has gone really different for me. And the good thing, my grandma Melba used to say, now lick your fork, y'all, we have pie. Or, I didn't have to come out to her because I begged my mother to not make me, but the whole time after that, Melba said, oh, ever since Kent Leslie decided he was TW. So the only other thing my mom said to me after that was, honey, be careful with your heart and don't get diseases. And that was my mouse letter.
Success is nothing without someone to share it with. Billy E. Williams and Mahogany.
Don't get me going. But you know, I have two other Armistead stories.
Okay.
Real quick. One, I used to have a joke with my family that we'd autograph books by the author. And so I was dating this guy at the time, and I was telling him about, oh, you gotta read Kansas City. He's like, oh yeah, tell me about it. So I'm like, I told him. He's like, okay. So I bought him, went to B. Dalton's. Remember, do they still have B. Dalton's?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to a B. Dalton's, and I wrote to him, with love and rockets, Armistead Maupin, on the inside of it. So I gave it to him, and he got it and goes, oh my God. How did you get him to sign this? This is the nicest thing anybody's ever done for me. To this day, he thinks that that's a sign. And then the other was at Pride about 5 years ago when Armistead was the Grand Marshal. Thank you. So I went to see him do the reading of the last days, or the days of Anna Madrigal.
Oh, it's so good.
And so they did a book reading at the library, and afterwards I went to the W Hotel where they were having a reception to meet Armistead Maupin. And I got there and there was nobody there. What? And so I saw him over there and I was trying to get enough courage to go talk to him. And he is with his husband, Chris, who's hot.
Very hot.
Oh my God.
And into daddies.
Yeah. If you are one of those kind of guys, please let me know. Whipple at mac.com. So we started talking at the party, and we kind of bonded, and we became buddies, and we're exchanging Facebook, and it's all cool. And Armistead spilled a drink on his shirt, or water. And I was with Armistead Maupin, and all I could do is do this. And just stare at his shirt. Well, later on that night, it was the night before Pride, and I went to Cuff. And I'm walking around the corner, and I hear this, psst, yes. And I turn, and it's like, that's Armistead fucking Maupin calling my name. I have arrived. So I went and hung out with them, and people were walking up the night, and they're like, and I'm like, yeah, he's my friend. He's my close person. He knows my PIN number.
So, tell us about Unexpected Productions.
Well, I'm very, very proud to work at Unexpected Productions as the marketing and development director. I work with some of the smartest, funniest people in the world. I can write funny. These people do it off the top of their head, and I don't know how they do it. And I get to work with them 7 days a week, and I'm like the luckiest motherfucker on the planet.
Yeah. Cool.
If you're looking for daddies, again, can't Whipple.
Among other places. And where else can people find you?
Well, I'm going to be doing a show next July with Jamie on what date in July?
July 20th, Wicked Awesome Wednesday.
Here.
Here, downstairs.
And then you can catch me sometimes at the theater. We do a show duos. I do a show with a guy named Seth Lazier that's kind of stand-up.
I didn't know you worked with Seth.
Yeah, we do a show called The Jew and the Gay. Guess which one I am.
The Jew!
I never knew.
At Unexpected Productions. And you can find me on Facebook at Kent Whipple Storyteller. So please, I like the likes. I'll wash your car.
So I think Kent is just a super awesome person, and I hope that you all enjoyed his story. I loved that story. I loved that story. That was awesome. I loved it. So, okay, this is the second time he's done the show. People come back. They come back and do this show. So, thank you so much.